Lecture topic: Prescriptions for improving the quality of Ibaadat.
Hadith Sharif, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says that At-tuhuru shatrul iman walhamdulillahi tamla'ul mizan. Purity, tuhur, is half of iman. And then alhamdulillah, this will fill the scales on the good deeds on the day of Qiyamah. So, the first part is about purity, and then immediately after is the aspect about that one, alhamdulillah, also can fill the scales on the day of Qiyamah. But this is not just any manner in which a person has said it. The link is very, very significant, that the prescription is being given of how to make that one alhamdulillah also so weighty, that a person has complete purity. And obviously this is not confined to the external purity, to the extent that the heart is pure. So the external purity is also necessary, but to the extent of the purity of the heart, how pure the heart would be, that is where the weight of the amal will come. That is where the value and the quality of that amal will increase. So sometimes person is doing something, but he is doing it in a very haphazard manner. Obviously that cannot bring the same reward like somebody who did the same amal, maybe half of that amal, some nafil, but which was done with very deep, with very great quality in it. So the things that are going to increase the quality in anything, any amal, number one is ikhlas. The extent of ikhlas in it, that's going to make it very weighty on the day of Qiyamah. And if it is devoid of ikhlas, then let alone one time, alhamdulillah, he will make one khatam of the Quran Sharif also, but if it was done to impress people, to show off, then that too won't have the weight of one, subhanallah, of somebody who recited it with ikhlas. So the first and most important thing is sincerity. It must be done solely for Allah Ta'ala's pleasure. And then what's going to increase that weight on the day of Qiyamah and make it very valuable is mahabbat, to the extent that it is done with the love of Allah Ta'ala. One person is reciting the Quran Sharif, but more like now just to get past it, to have to learn his sabak, he got no option in the matter, and he's just haphazardly just going through it quickly in order to get done with it. So he even maybe recited and learned his whole few paras of Dor, because he has to now just give it the next day, and he's wishing he didn't have to do it, and half-heartedly and without any heart he's doing it. So that person recited 3 paras and learned the Dor for half the night, but in that manner, with that heart. And somebody else recited maybe just 1 ruku, but he recited it that this is the kalam of my Allah Ta'ala, this is the word of my Rabb, and every word he's reciting with mahabbat, reciting with love. His one recitation of 1 ruku will surpass that person's maybe even whole khatam of the Quran in that manner, with that half-hearted or even without any heart involved in it, but just carried on reading anyhow. This person, ikhlas and this mahabbat, this love of Allah Ta'ala, this is my Allah's kalam, this is my Rabb's word. So with that love, that subhanallah, that alhamdulillah now will have that kind of weight. And then the third thing is the dhyan, that it is done with love, also with the heart, with the concentration in it. The mind is also fully occupied in that recitation. And otherwise it can sometimes happen that a person is reciting or he's doing some amal, but his heart and mind is far away. He's somewhere else, engrossed in some other thoughts, and he's going on. He doesn't even know where he started and where he finished. So this is also a very great ni'mat still, that his tongue was occupied in the recitation of Allah Ta'ala's kalam. That is no small thing either, but it obviously cannot compare to the person whose heart and mind was engrossed in it as well. So this one alhamdulillah has this extent of weight, meaning if all the components of that quality are in it as well. If it is made that weighty to the extent, and now this also, the person's ikhlas, somebody's ikhlas is on one level and somebody's ikhlas is on another level. So obviously that ikhlas is what's going to bring that weight. Somebody's mahabbat and love is on some level, somebody is somewhere else. So to the extent of all these ingredients, this is what's going to make that one subhanallah, one alhamdulillah so weighty, and that one ruku of the Quran Sharif will recite, the tasbih after salah. Now, we recite it, some don't recite it, it's just sitting and dreaming there. But such an opportunity to recite the tasbih at that time, but in this manner, that one occasion of reciting the tasbih Fatimi, 33 times subhanallah, 33 times alhamdulillah, 34 times Allahu Akbar. Now we had the chance after Fajr to do it. But that one occasion done in this manner will fill the heart with nur. Now a person recited it haphazardly, that too got recited, but he just took the care to recite it properly, to recite it with concern, with care, with love, with ikhlas, with his heart and mind in it. That one occasion of reciting the tasbihat also, this too will, like that subhanallah, that alhamdulillah will fill the scales on the day of Qiyamah. It will fill his heart now already. So it's just a matter of putting the heart and mind in it, obviously the intention, and being done with the love of Allah Ta'ala. This will transform a very simple, easy amal also into something very great. Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq.
अल्लाह अल्लाह कैसा प्यारा नाम है, आशिकों का मीना और जाम है।